Okay, here we go. All right, Cassie, we know it's every woman's dream to dream about her family. So what Kayla and I did is we made a little slideshow, a little preview of what you're in for, based on what Mark has done in the past in family history. So this is your family from in 25 years. First thing we did was looked at the family history, and the first thing that we noticed was the oldest is always the golden child. They are the best looking, the smartest, most athletic. I mean, Kayla agrees with me. Mom even agrees with me. All right. So let's see here. All right, let's talk about your first kid. Now, Dad always says it's better to be lucky than good. So Mark didn't want to take any chances with his golden child not being good in sports, so he named him Lucky. And 25 years from now, he is 24 years and 3 months old. Yeah. Figure it out, Mark? You're getting lucky tonight. All right. Like I said, Lucky's gonna be your best looking kid, not gonna lie. Here is a picture of Mark as a senior. All right, not too bad. Here's a picture of Lucky as a senior. A little bit of improvement? Yeah, I think so. All right, I know what you're thinking. There is no way that's a Google's, but I think this next picture will prove it. Nothing says Google's like a hairy chest. Hey, Mike, doesn't... Oh, I'm sorry, I gotta go back to that. Okay. A little bit of a delay here. There you go. Mike, doesn't that look a little bit like you on your 21st birthday? Maybe not so much here, but right here. Alright. Now, like I said, Lucky's going to be the athlete of the family, and he's going to take after Mark when it comes to sports. He's going to be the starting point guard for Cedar Catholic. Look at that. And then he's also going to play football and have the same throwing motion as Mark did when he played for Cedar. Except Lucky is 6'4" instead of 5'8". So that means he can actually see over his offensive line, which according to you would have been nice. All right. So Lucky eventually lives Mark's childhood dream of being quarterback for the Colts. He even kept your same number, Mark. How about that? All right, so that was kid number 1. Kid number 2. All right, it's obvious Mark named your second kid because he named him after his favorite cartoon character of all time. Colorado, from Cowboys of Moo Mesa. Now, Colorado's going to be the farmer of the family. One thing I like about Mark, he's got the best work ethic I've ever seen. And Colorado's going to take after, just like you. He's going to get up in the morning, every morning at 4 a.m. to milk cows, and he'll be able to work all day on 5 hours of sleep, just like you. But there's one thing Colorado has that I'm sure you wished you had. See, back when Mark was about 10 to 12 years old, he always wore his hat backwards. Like, he wanted to be cool, and that's how he was cool, I guess. And he would walk around with his hand over his head, or so it'd keep the sun out of his eyes. Don't worry, Lucky doesn't have that problem. Colorado, sorry, he's got thick eyebrows. So he can be cool all the time. How awesome is that? All right, moving on. Kid number 3. One thing we noticed when we looked at family history is kid 3 is always accident prone. Look at Mark. Before he was age 6, he broke his collarbone twice. And he was in the emergency room for a couple other occasions. Our third kid is Tyler. Enough said with that one. Have fun with that. Okay, kid number 4. Mark, you need to actually stand up for this one. Okay. Cassie, I don't know if you know this, but Mark cannot pronounce big words. Yeah. And so Cassie has fun with this and names her 4th kid. What is the name of your 4th kid?
Aliyah.
Oh, it's pretty close. Aaliyah. All right, that's about it with that. That was a short one. Okay, now we're on to your 5th and final kid here, the youngest of the family. And, well, all right, so another thing, Mark, he likes to say and do things before he thinks. And so your youngest is going to kind of do the same thing, which on the one hand, it makes for some great stories. Okay, so I listed the top 3 stories that Mark did something before he thought. Number 1 was Pictionary. Okay, growing up, we played a lot of board games, a lot of card games, very competitive family. And we always played a lot of Pictionary. And the best Pictionary is when Mark drew this. Okay, that's a pretty good picture. I mean, Cassie, what do you think that is?
A heart?
Well, a lot of people guess like Michigan, Wisconsin, Ohio, Great Lakes. But yeah, none of those were right. What is this, Mark? What are we looking at?
Idaho.
Okay, so geography is not Mark's best subject by any means. I just keep that in mind when he's giving you directions, okay? All right. Next one's Las Vegas. All right, after Mark turned 21, a group of us went out to Las Vegas, and on the 3rd day we were there, we went out to see Hoover Dam. So we all got in a shuttle, we went to see Hoover Dam, and on our way back, everybody was quiet except for Mark, who was talking like normal. And then he said this. The suspense. I got off track there. I just need to get back railed. If you want everybody on the bus to turn and look at you, say this. Because from my experience, 100% of the time, it works. It was an awkward 5 seconds for Mark, and then he finally said, I mean, back on track. All right. Last story here. We call this one Pants on Fire. And this is more of a question for you, Cassie, at the end here. Okay, so about 2.5 years ago, only about 2.5, you're out, you went out, it was in January anyway, and you went out to burn a big pile of dead trees. And you brought your diesel can down with you, and you started the fire, and it was going, but it wasn't like really big flame, so you decided to throw some diesel on it. And in the meantime, you got some diesel on your pants, and your pants started on fire. So Cassie, my question for you is, what does the love of your life do in this situation? Does he, A, calmly bend down, pick up the snow that is all around him, and put out the fire? Does he, B, stop, drop, and roll on the snow that is all around him? Or does he, C, panic, take his pants off, and dance on them like a maniac in his boxers on the snow that is all around him? I'll give you a minute to think about it if you... Just so you know, it was C. And it was hilarious. Alright, so... Yeah, no photo on that one. Okay, so that is going to be one fun family for you guys, I'm telling you what. Alright, now, on behalf of this we have a little gift for you. It's a little reminder of what based on. Okay, I'll put it up on the board here so everybody can see. This is Mark and Cassie in 50 years. Okay, Kayla and I plan on duplicating this photo in 50 years. We want you to hang this on your wall as a reminder of every day how awesome it is to grow old with your best friend. Yeah, So here's a toast to growing